Thank you, everybody, for joining us back here at BTCS's program. We're sitting here once again with Chief Executive Officer Charles Allen. Now, Charles, we're now sitting roughly halfway through the year. So I'm curious, Charles, how has the year treated you guys so far? How's the sentiment overall amongst the team?
I mean, look, the sentiment's great on the team. Despite headwinds in the market, it's been really a phenomenal year, right? We finished off last year uplisting to the Nasdaq. This year we kicked off with a dividend, which was a wild success. We've added seven new tokens to our blockchain infrastructure operations, being Algorand, Kusama, Solana, Polkadot, Polygon, Kava, and Axie. And we've also done all of the work to integrate those into our staking as a service platform. In addition to that, we brought on Manesh as our CTO. We recently announced that we hired Adele as a VP of IR. So, despite other companies, having hiring freezes and slowing, we never took on debt. We never leveraged up our balance sheet to buy crypto. While crypto prices are down, we're firm believers that the future of Web 3.0 is very bright. Next generation blockchains, which we focus on, unlike many other public companies, is the way to go in our opinion. So we are heads down, working on building the platform and creating value for our shareholders.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, definitely. It seems like you guys have positioned yourself well to be able to handle these, and even so, this is stuff that we expect in this industry, correct? Where these ups and downs are completely normal, par for the course. So it's definitely good to have a ship ready for these kind of storms. And on top of it, like you said, you guys have been very productive this first half of the year. So looking forward, what are you most excited about for the second half of 2022, Charles?
We're really looking at kind of finishing off the platform, getting that out in, likely in a beta format so we can start testing it. So I think that could be a big, driver of revenue on a going forward basis. And, it's one of those things when I look at the market and look at what's going on, we don't own, we're not a Bitcoin miner. We don't own a bunch of equipment that, is going to be, worthless and depreciated in a year or two. We own the underlying crypto, and we're firm believers that there's value in these next generation blockchains. And what I always tell people is like just take a step back, right? Like if people talk about Bitcoin being below 20,000, or Ethereum's now just a little bit above 1,000. If you go back a couple years, we're still in a really good place. Like there was an overheating, the market ran up, it's pulled back. There's general issues with the market overall. But when you take a step back, it's really not that bad, right? And if you can have that longer term, and I'm talking about longer term view, I'm not talking 5-10 years, but if you just step back a year or two and look at start looking at the charts and where things can go, it's really a very interesting time to opportunistically look at companies that have unique value propositions like BTCS.
Absolutely. Just a couple of years ago, I was trying to convince people to buy 32 Ethereum, for instance. They're a little priced out of the market at this point. It's a little bit higher than that. So I agree. It's good to have a long-term strategy and like a much wider field of view when you're looking at things like this. So Charles, sounds like, again, first half of the year went well. Got our work cut out for us for the second half. Everybody, please follow us along for this journey through the second half of the year. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to send them over. Closing words before we go, Charles?
No, just really excited. I mean, I think in down markets, there's a lot of opportunity, and I think it creates, both for us as a company, and also I think creates opportunity for, the investors as they look at opportunities, whether that's companies to invest in, crypto to invest in. It's one of the things that I think is very odd. Everyone always looks for the best deal, right? Everyone's, you're negotiating for a car, you're buying something on eBay. You're always looking for the best deal. When it comes to the markets, people tend to always buy at the top, right? Yeah. For fear of missing out. And when you get the great deals, people are afraid that it's, everything's just going to go to zero. And, time has told us in the past that that doesn't really happen. So, that would be something just to think about.
Wonderful. Well, Charles, thanks for ending us on some words of wisdom. And again, thank you everyone for watching, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.